5.3, adding and subtracting unlike fractions. So, yesterday we talked about having like fractions you add and subtract is pretty simple. When I have unlike fractions, what do you have to do to add and subtract them? What, Emma?
Make the denominator.
Make it the denominator the same. So 5/12 plus 1/3. What do I need to change that to? What's the common denominator, Jacob?
12.
12. So I leave the first one the same, correct?
Yeah.
And what does the next one change to?
4 over 12.
4 over 12. Whatever you multiply the top by, you multiply the bottom by. Okay? Same thing. So it changes to 4/12. What's 5/12 plus 4/12?
9/12. You
Is
simplify
that
it to 1/3.
Good. Simplify always.
I solved that.
Simplify always. Okay, now I have negative 5/6 minus 7/9. What's my common denominator, Carter?
18.
Oh, E. 18. 18. So what do I have to multiply negative 5/6 by to get to 18?
3.
Okay, so that changes this to
15 over 18.
negative 15 over 18. What do I have to multiply this by to change it to 18?
2.
And that changes this to
17 over 18.
14 over 18. What is negative 15/18 minus 14/18?
Is that
Negative-
18?
Negative 29, 18.
Yep, negative 29/18. So what does that make that mixed number wise?
1,
1.
1 and 9/18, and it was simplified.
No, not 9/18.
1 and
Negative 1. And what? What's 29 minus 18?
11.
So
18 is 1, sorry, 1 and negative 1, 11, and 18.
11/18. Negative 1 and 11/18. Okay, is my answer. So always simplify and always change it into a mixed number for me. Understood?
Cool.
Okay, can you handle that?
Yeah.
Okay, those are simple ones. Those are simple ones. Now let's talk about what happens if they're already in mixed number form. Negative 4 and 2/5 plus negative 2 and 6/11. This is very similar to what you did last night with that shot put problem, okay? You're going to have to think a little bit differently. Okay, Carter, what's the common denominator?
55.
55, okay. 55 is my common denominator.
Would you change them though all to improper fractions before you?
I can change them all to improper fractions and work from there, or I can just change the fraction and work from there. It just depends.
So then if 55 is your common denominator, then it'd be 30 for negative 2. It'd be negative 2 and 30 over 55.
Okay, so let's start with that stuff. We're going to change this to 55, so you have to multiply this by 5. Okay, you're right. Let's do what you said first. Let's change it to common. Let's change it to improper fractions. Then we'll change it to common denominators. Then we'll solve and reduce. Yes. Trust me, it will be less confusing. So what does this change to improper fraction wise? What's negative 4 and 2/5 change to?
22.
Yeah, negative 22 over 5. Okay. And then what does negative 2 and 6/11 change to?
Negative 20 over 11.
Negative 28 over 11. Negative 28. 2 times 11 is 22 plus 6. Okay. Now, we're going to multiply this by what? The top and bottom.
5.
How about
I
11?
mean 11.
What's 11 times 22?
230.
11,
232.
33,
232.
42.
55,
It's not 232.
242.
242.
I knew it was up there.
99,
Negative 242 over 55. What do I have to multiply this by?
11. 5.
No, 5.
Okay.
So what is 5 times negative 28?
A number.
5 times 8 is what?
40.
5 times 2 is?
It's negative 140.
So 140, yeah. Over 55. Now, what is negative 242 over 55 plus negative 140 over 55?
Negative 382
Yes, negative 382 over 55. What does that change to in a mixed number?
CW.
How many 55s can go into 382? 55 plus 55 is what?
It's 4 and.
No.
No, stop. Stop. Answer my question. I'm trying to make it easier to you. So 2 55s is 110. 4 55s is then what?
220.
Okay. 6 55s is then what?
I don't know.
300 and what's 220 plus
85?
110?
Wait, no.
It's 330. And I need to go to 382, right?
It's 6. It's 6.
It is 6. It's negative 6. And then what number on top? If you take out 330 from 382, what do you have left? Yeah.
82.
What?
I mean 32.
No.
I mean 52.
52. Stop guessing. Do the math before you speak.
I know there was 2.
So negative 6, 52 over 55. You better show me work on your homework on those. Do you understand? Because I need to see where you mess up if you have a mistake. Okay? I need to see where your mind's working and where we're messing things up at. 6 and 7/10 plus negative 1 and 1/5. What do we want to do first to these problems? Not on mixed numbers. What do I want to do first? Improper fraction. What is 6 and 7/10 in an improper fraction?
67 over 10.
Okay, Carter, you're done for a little bit. 67 over 10. What is negative 1 and 1/5?
5.
No.
Cheater.
Negative 6 over 5.
Negative 6 over 5. Thank you. Negative 6 over 5. Great. Okay, now, Corey, what's the common denominator? 10. Beautiful. So I don't have to do anything to the first one. What do I need to do to the second one?
Multiply by 2.
By 2 over 2. So I end up getting negative 12 over 10. What is 67/10 plus negative 12 over 10?
That would be 79. Negative, no. It's minus.
It is minus
50.
55 over 10. How does that transfer into a mixed number? How many sets of 10 go into 55?
5 and 5 and 1/2.
5 and 1/2, because I get 5 and 5/10. Beautiful. And so then I change it to 5 1/2. Carter is right when he says decimals and fractions are his favorite. Okay.
Decimal factors.
You have to show me work. You have to show me work. Okay. Let's talk about this word problem, and then we're going to do some with variables, and we'll be done. Word problem. Yes, with variables, without numbers.
We're adding
What?
How are you supposed to add variables?
We're going to
No numbers.
common terms, remember?
I don't remember.
Well, we'll get there.
I got my
Okay.
dad's number.
You are hiking between 2 campsites in the Chesapeake and Ohio Canal National Park. The distance between the campsites is 10 and 1/5 miles. You've already hiked 5 3/4 miles. How many more miles do you have to hike? What do I need to set up, Emma?
You have to do 10 and 1/5.
Yeah.
Minus.
Yeah, minus.
5 and 3/4.
Beautiful. Now, from there, what's my next step to do? Okay, Kate, what?
The denominator.
None of them make numbers, you make it proper.
Yeah, make it improper first. Make it improper first. What's 10 and 1/5 translate to?
51.
51 over 5. Awesome. 51 over 5. What does 5 3/4 transfer to? 23 over 4. Okay. What do you think is our common denominator?
20.
Yes, 20. So what, I have to multiply this by 4 over 4. What's 51 times 4? I'm thinking.
Go ahead.
And 4.
Mm-hmm.
What is
204 over 5. What is 23 times 5?
115.
5 times 3 is 15, 10, yeah. 115 over 20. What's 204 minus 115?
Wait, you didn't.
Oh,
put
I'm just being
20.
stupid. I'm stupid. What's 204 minus 115?
I'm thinking.
89.
Oh, wait, never mind, you're done.
Yeah, no.
89 over 20? Okay, and
I
what
don't-
does 89 over 20 transfer into mixed number
I
wise?
don't know.
Well, 20, 40, 60, 80.
Does it? I
4
don't. I still
and
don't
9 over
understand.
4 and 9 over 20. Can 9 over 20 be reduced?
No.
No.
You want one?
So you
I
have
just
4.
need help changing it back.
You need help changing it back. Okay, we'll get to that. If you can get to here, Jason, I can help you with everything else. Okay, so 4 and 9/20ths. Beautiful. So you have hiked over halfway. Okay, last thing. Let's talk about simplifying expressions when you have variables. Okay, so let's say you have something like this. I'll give you an easy one to start with. A over 2 minus A over 6. What do you have to do with this?
You have to find
Yeah, find the what?
common denominator.
What's the common denominator?
6
So what do I need to do to this right here?
times by 3.
By 3 over 3. So I get 3A over 6 minus A over 6. Focus. So what's 3A over 6 minus A over 6? What's 3A over 6 minus A over 6?
2 6.
2A
What year?
over 6. You subtract 3 minus A. Remember there's a 1 here. So 3 minus 1.
Oh.
What does this reduce to?
Wait, so they don't cancel each other out?
1/3.
Oh, but not just 1/3.
1/8.
1A over 3. So 1A. No, they don't cancel each other out because I'm not dividing them. Let's try another
Why
one.
would you tell me?
Okay, Carter, you can help on this one.
No, you can't.
Let's do this. Let's say we have 5A over 3 minus A over 6. What do I need to do?
Find a common denominator.
Okay, what is it?
2.
6. What do I need to multiply by?
3. Sorry, 2.
Beautiful. Now that gives me what up
10A
top?
over 6. It's A over 6. Then you subtract 10A.
9.
10A from 2, which is 9.
9A
A
over
over
6.
6.
Good. And what's that reduced to?
Well, you could make it into.
What would you say? 3A over 1. No, because
Number 2.
6 doesn't go into 9. Yes.
3A over 2.
3A over 2. Because 3 goes into both of those. So there you go. You have it reduced.
Miss Peters,
Yes.
could you, instead of put it from 9 over 6, do you want us to put it into like a number fraction form? Or would you want us to?
Number
No,
one.
this is fine. Okay. Yes, Seth. Yes, go. Okay, one more and then I'll give you homework. Let's do this. A over 15 plus A over 6. What's your common denominator? What? 30. What do you have to multiply this by then?
2.
So you get 2A over 30. And you have to multiply this by what?
5.
So you get 5A over 30, which gives you what?
7A over 30.
Is that reducible?
No.
No, so I leave it. Okay, this is what we're working on tonight. What's your question?
Is it going to be the same variable or different?